Hello everyone, it is me, MrSneakyy, and today we're going over some talent builds for all the different classes in the game, so stay tuned for a good overall strategy on starting a new season and where to go. Hello, so yes, we are going over talent builds today. We're going to go over a nice quick overview on where to go, how to build, some quick reasonings, and general overall tips on the future and what to build, right? So as you can see, I have just started a new season. We are in day 2 now on that, and you can see my heroes are coming along very nicely. My heroes are pumping up. And we're going to start going over the talents because that's where things are starting to get interesting, right? So I'm going to go over the marksman first. As you can see, I've got the marksman actually going forward a bit more higher than a lot of the others because I do tend to play marksman a lot more. I do enjoy playing them. So we're going to go over all that. So if you enjoy this type of content and you've been looking forward to it, hit the subscribe, like, and comment below, guys. You know I need it, and it supports the community as it grows, and we're going to be able to help each other out, right? So talent builds, let's go into them. So we're going to go into the Marksman Tree, and as you can see, we're going through, at the moment, this is what I'm going to nickname the PvP build. So I'm going to write it in the game straight away, just so we know on screen what we're going for. So this is the PvP build here. It's the very top tree. I always do the first 11 talents or 10 talents like this. So the way it works is once you get your hero to a level 11, you will unlock your center, which is for this hero, which is Nico, is your Legion deals 2% more normal attack damage, and it mitigates 1% of the enemy's defense, which is a great effect. I always keep these 3 in the exact same, no matter who I'm using, just because I think the overall 6% march speed is needed. So now we're going to go over the trees, right? So you do have some options, especially when you're playing someone like Guanwin or Nico, because they have the exact same tree setup, but they just have peacekeeping or engineering, and you're going to ignore that anyway. So I'm going to go over the PvP build and how you should build someone like an archer for PvP, and you can't go wrong with a build like this, right? These are going to be builds that very good overall. They're going to help you throughout, and you generally can't go wrong putting it on any of the archers, right? So it's a jack of all trades. So I'm going to bring up the brush tool here, and as you can see, it's a nice little cool feature I've put in to see some live, hopefully talent guides. So as you can see, we start where we are, and then we're going to move straight across into this section here. So you can go for the center if you want some normal attack damage, but for me, I'm building for rage. So in PvP, the best thing for free-to-play players is actually getting off your skill cycles as efficient as possible, just because skill damage does do a lot of damage to the opponent, and then it allows you to actually get a load of free kills and keep uptiming, right? So I always love skill cycling in this game. It does a lot of skill cycling damage, and you can dominate the open field by doing it. So we're going to go for the full 5 out of 5 here, and then we move straight forward and we get 5 out of 5 out of this talent, which is a skill damage increase. And now once you have 5 out of 5, you get your first choice, and both of these choices honestly are really good. You can go either one in both regards, just because if you went bullseye, which is the bottom one, so if we change the color and we'll put it for pink for now, so if you picked this one for the first time, this will give you more attack the longer you're in combat. So if you're really good at retargeting enemies and constantly being in combat and not losing that stamina buff, this talent is an amazing choice for you. But if you're wanting just to keep consistency and you want just damage basically on the target, then I would go for the yellow one, because this increases your damage on your skills by 8%, and it obviously goes with the build a little bit more because it's always going to be up and it's always going to be used when you're skill cycling as effective as you can, right? So let's go back to the green one, and this is for the lines. And for me, when I always play, I always go straight up This is because health is king when you're in PvP. The more health stat you have, the better it is. It gives you more chance to obviously stay alive, meaning you can take more damage and deal it. And then when you get this, you unlock the extra skill, which gives you more rage, and we want always more rage, right? For Nico here, I love this build, especially for Nico, because now you can continue this line and go straight up and finish here. And this means now you have another percentage of counter-attack damage built into your talent tree. And Nico's fourth talent always gives him counter-attack damage, right? So it's a really good little bit of synergy you can have there, and I really do stress you should pick this, right? And the reason why is counter-attack just allows you to, obviously, whenever you're getting hit, and this could be by anyone surrounding you now, anyone who's hitting you and surrounding you, they take counter-attack damage. So the higher you have, the more damage you're dealing back to them without actually hitting them. So it's really important to do that, especially if you're an archer player, because you notice when you play an archer, you get targeted quite a lot, right? For me, when I'm going for this build, I always finish, and I'm going to keep it green. This is the one you want to go for. This bullseye, or whatever it's called, gives you the most amount of damage. It allows you to obviously just keep dealing physical skill-based damage and with all your skill-based cycling. So it's a nice little filler on the downtime when you're just trying to get that rage to, you know, fire. You could hit this bullseye during that percentage chance and just fill the gap in. It's a really good choice. So now we're here, and for me, I always again go to precision now. We ignore engineering and we go into the first two talents, which is normal attack damage as well as the attack buff. And then what I do is I finish and move across and get the counter attack buff here. And then when you've got your last talent, I always get the little big buff again. So now you've got two big keystones, the one on the left and this little one in the middle on the right side now, and both of these are going to be able to keep having a 10% or 20% chance random, you know, chance to proc, meaning you're going to deal some skill damage during your, you know, downtime, and you're trying to get that rage, right? And then when you have your last talent point, and I'm just going to remove all of this now on screen, when you want to remove, when you got your last talent point, you've got one of 3 keystones here. And I always would recommend putting your last point in here. It's a 2% chance just to remove a debuff effect. It's very powerful in PvP. And that, for me, is your general. And like I said, this is your general overview on a good marksman talent build. You could slap this build on any of the marksmen and you're going to be doing great with it. And obviously, this is anyone with the marksman and a precision tree, right? But if you've got the marksman tree still, which all of them do, and you're looking for 45 points, as you saw, those are the points. And you can see on screen just a quick little brief, you know, you can pause the video to check all these out. But these were all the options that I did choose. And as you can see with the shower of blows, I do like this 50% chance to do a little bit more, 8% more skill damage. It's a really good thing. It's on cast as well, meaning you're going to get this trigger on your primary hero. And then, obviously, burst shot, this is one I was talking about. It gives you that 150 and an extra little bit of damage. It's a great little effect. And then the whirlwind, again, a 10% extra, a little bit of skill damage to put on your march. And we've got the little bit of counter attack, we've got the amazing bit of normal attack, we've got the little bit of attack up here, and then on the final stones, which I did miss, I didn't forget, it was these delight, which is again rage accumulation. You could have gone radical, but we chose last word again to get more counter attack damage, and that was the build for basically some marksmen. So if you're looking for marksmen, that is the way to go. I hope you enjoyed it. There's another build I'm going to go over for marksmen at the end of the video, so stay tuned, and it's going to be the build I'm going for on Guan Win. So if you're looking for a Guan Win build, stay tuned for that. But for mages now, this is what I'm going to be doing for mages. So as you can see, I've done the exact same. She's a level 11, or she was a level 12 now. But she hit the middle keystone, and I did the exact same foundational talents. So as you can see, I stay true to my word. And when you choose her, she has a 2% more hero skill damage buff and has a 10% chance to gain 20% rage. And this is a really good talent tree you can go for, right? So there's two different builds you can go for mages. I'm going to go over the first one, which is a massive rage engine build, which is really good. It allows you to just pump out as much damage as you want. And with the rage engine, it obviously allows you to just keep skill cycling, right? Which is what you want to do with maging, because it's all about burst. So let's bring up the brush again, and we're going to go over these skills. So if you've enjoyed the video so far, before we get into it, you know, smash a like, comment, and subscribe, guys. It helps me a lot. And obviously, I know you're going to enjoy this content if you hit the subscribe on here. So I can make more content like this in the future, right? If you're looking for more builds like this and different variations. And even if you enjoyed the way I've done it, just put a comment in below and it's been like, yeah, I enjoyed you live drawing it and showing us how you go. So what I would do here is a very straightforward, I would say, marksman start, mage start, should I say. So if you've got the skill tree on any of the mages, I would always recommend maxing it out. I think it's the best tree to have on the mages because it amplifies what they want to do the most. And then when you go into the magic tree afterwards, or maybe if they've got PvP, you could go into one of those talents and take abuse of it, right? So this is the energy or rage generating build for mages. It's a masterpiece of a build. It's great on Waldea, it's great on Lilia, it's great on a few other heroes that have access to the skill tree, maybe like Bahkshi. He can do it as well if you want him to be a proper rage generator. So the way you're going to go with this is we go and start 5 points again into attack, and we go straight forward and get some skill damage, because we always want a bit of skill damage, right? And now we get the first bit of rage, and that is in high spirits. And then we go straight forward, and this green line is like, you stick to the green line in this build. Don't think about it, just stick to the green build, right? And now by doing this, it's allowed you to gain the special keystone, which is it basically allows you to get an extra bit of rage once you've cast your rage skill. And this is a very, very key talent with high spirits, and it allows you to just churn out damage. And the thing is, with this game, there's no cap currently on what we've known on these talents. You can stack these talents and they will go, and the devs have said the same. So now you have a couple of options, right? This is the actual first couple of options, and once you've done the first initial bit, you could go up here to get some nice little, I think it's mitigation, or for me, I would go down here, and let's actually put it in pink so we can see it. Or you can go down here, so you can choose yellow or pink in this scenario, just because then it's up to your choice. You might feel like, you know what, I want that little bit more on the bottom, or you know what, I do enjoy that bit more of mitigation, so let's go for that, right? So it's up to you which one you're going to go for. I don't really like the middle one too much, but it is preference in this section. However, now what I would do is go straight forward and finish this energy build and get the payoff for doing it, which is now finishing it up like this, right? So the reason is because we want all this energy rage, which we're still going to get more of, don't you worry, and to be able to have a big payoff for it, right? It's all good, obviously, firing off a load of burst skills, but if you're able to crit with those skill crits, right, and then you've got really big skill crit damage now, you're going to get even more free burst, like, and free kills and free merits, and that's what you want, right? So this is basically what you want to do so far. This is like the 45 points, and you've completed your skill tree, which is great. And then we want to go over to the magic tree and finish off the build. So as you can see, we get some health and we move forward, and this is a nice, very, very easy build to remember. You get your high spirits here to give you that extra bit of rage generator to help the right side now. And then we move forward again to get the skill damage, and this allows you now to obviously get even more damage pumping out. And now you get another two choices. You can reduce the defense mitigated of the target, meaning if you want to single target focus someone and actually, you know, try and kill them, the yellow one is better at doing it, right? However, if you're trying to just inflict as much damage as possible on as many targets as possible with someone like Lilia or someone like Valen as well, who has access to the magic tree, or Waldir, or any of the mages, you would always want to try and go for the pink one, right? Because this pink stone, the Maelstrom stone, allows you to have a small percentage chance to fire skill again on multiple targets. So it's an AoE effect on an AoE effect, right? So it's quite crazy when it goes off. When you do get it, you do see it. And this is the first, as I'm going to say, the first ever, like, energy rage skill-based burst build. You can choose yellows or pink. It's up to you which one you want to go over. I'll reset it. If you want to take a quick screenshot, take a screenshot, guys. I'll pause the video. It's here for you. But if you come back to the game now, as you can say, there's the energy boost. You get an 8% chance to hit multiple targets. It's just a really great effect. Or, like I said, the Maelstrom gives you the defense mitigation. Up here is Spirits of Rage. Casting your rage skill gives you that 20 rage. We get 10% chance, which goes up to increase, I think it's 50 rage. Again, over here we have, when you cast your rage skill, you gain a 25% chance to gain more rage. And then, like I say, we have the skill focus and the skill crit. And then the two choices was your Legion deals less normal attack damage here, but you get a massive skill damage buff. And this is why I said this one's really good. Or you can go up here and mitigate the enemy's health, which is just as powerful in PvP. So as you can see, this is why it's a tough choice. It's up to you which one you like. If you feel like you're against weaker players, you most likely want to use Detached. If you're going against a lot more stronger players, you probably want to go Unquenchable Will. That's how I would look at it. And then, like I said, we finish off with the Thirst of Blood, right? So that's a really good build to run if you're looking for a build on skill damage. It's the way I would always build my mages currently, apart from someone like Valen, but I'm going to have a specific guide which you guys can see in the future on his builds, on what you can do. You should be able to see it. It's probably already out, but yeah, that is some builds for the mage and the archer. Like I said, those two builds you can slap on Lilia, you could slap it on Waldir, you could slap it on even a few other heroes. Like I say, it's up to you how you want to build it. The skill tree is the best. It's why they are the primary heroes, right? So now let's go to someone else, right? Let's go to an infantry march, because you guys might want to be playing infantry, and everyone wants to be maybe like the main tank. So if you look, infantry, the main tank line is always a Madeline and Garwood. They have the exact same talent tree, so you only need to set up one of these guys up like this. So this is the main tank build, which I've seen a lot of players use, and this just means in raids, when you're trying to tank and be that amazing player, it just gives you all the effects and tankiness you need, right? So we go straight up. Oh, we got the wrong colour on. Let's undo that, guys. We got to stick to the theme. Green is go, and yellow and pink is the options, right? So if you enjoyed the mage build, though, again, you know, hit the subscribe button, guys. Like and comment. I don't want to flood you, but the more we get, the better. The community is growing, and I do love it. So for me, I do enjoy going basically in this direction here. The way I do this is, the reasoning is, you get enough defense and enough stats with a little bit of rage generation from tanking. That means you can keep firing off your skills, right? And then from here, which I've always seen, is you go into this tree here. I don't know why. I'm going to check it out after. I'll reread this talent. I just going off what Meat Doctor and a few other talent builds I've seen sent through. This is their talent build, and I do agree it's probably the strongest one you can go for when you're raiding. You move straight across into here, and then you finish up and get your healing up on the top left, right? Because if you're in a raid and you're a main tank, you actually want that healing. And then you get more healing here with Garwood, and then you've got a decent 45 stats, right? If you're going for pure tank, you can stay actually in all of this build and finish your points going up in this order here. I'll actually change that. 1 second. So once you got 45 points, let's change it to red. You got 15 points. Your 15 points can be spread across like this, basically. And it means you've got all the relevant tank stats and tank damage abilities and just everything to do with tanking that you need. And it is actually surprising how much you can tank doing this, right? Another build you can do though, so let's just quickly undo that, because this was for, like I say, if you're looking for like a raid tank build, this is a really good one. If you're looking for something for more PvP, you can have those 45 points, and then let's change to green now. And then we move over. So let's move over and double up on what we already have on the right side. We can choose to increase the amount of healing we have, or what tanks generally do is normal attack damage. And if you, again, are looking for an optional, you can go for normal attack damage here or get some more healing, just because this allows you to then, you know, give you more sustain in the fight, or you know, you can get more kills in the fight. It's up to you. I would prefer more healing, especially when you're a tank. You do take so much damage and it's a bit rough. And then for me, when I finish off, is I know you go for this one here. This basically says when you cast your skill, you gain some defense, and I believe maybe on the right side it's the same. So this is the build for 45 plus 15 on the infantry tree. A really good build you can run on Madeline or anyone else. Another build you can run for PvP. Let's just clear everything on the screen. And let's go to Madeline. So let's just switch this up and just go to Madeline. So let's pretend we were doing a Madeline tree instead now. The one I like for Madeline, which I do for PvP, again, as you can see, I'm going to go for the same keystones in the start, which is all of these. So when you gain shelter and when you increase battle, you get extra defense. It's really good when you're in battle. And then we're going to change the top tree a little bit to get your health and get some extra legion health when you trigger an effect, with an amazing rage count here, and then a great effect here when you're below health. It makes you a little bit more tankier, because we don't really get too much healing when you're playing her unless you have your Garwood behind, and then obviously vitality is fine. But for general purpose, where you can have Madeline primary, and then you can have anyone behind her infantry wise, this is Nika, Elena, Garwood, you know, Bakar, anyone behind her in that regards, anyone who's got the tank tree, I would run them in this way. So let's just finish off the guide like this, right? So it's got the green here. Again, like I said, we're going to go up and across, and then we're going to finish and grab this little keystone here. And then with your last bit of points, we go across here and we finish up getting that amazing bit of rage, and that, I don't know why it won't let me, but that keystone there on the right side, right? So that's what everything we want on there. And then we move up to the last 15 points. And for me, I do enjoy a bit of the PvP tree, to be honest, when we are running Madeline for PvP. So what you can go for is a very exciting build. You can go across to the right, get the health, and then move up. And that's the way I'm going to just explain it. So if you can see all the green dots on screen, this is what you want. Take a screenshot, pause the video, do whatever you like. I'm going to just take it off screen now. And then we're going to go over why. So again, just to quickly show you, we're going for overall defense, 5 out of 5. This is 5 out of 5. This is 5 out of 5. And then we get impregnable defense. And then we get an extra health because we're in PvP and health is king, remember. This means we get extra health when we gain a buff effect, which we do. We gain multiple different amounts of buffs from her shielding, plus her counterattack, plus her skills, plus the talent trees, as you can see, like impregnable defense. And then we get the cloaked wraith, so you get extra rage when your attack, when your legions is over 50%. And when you hit that below threshold and you're trying to escape or you're trying to get your troops out, we have hearts of iron to take care of that, right? So now to go on the PvP side, we had 5 out of 5 here. I like, again, 5 out of 5 on the right side. You deal more normal attack damage in the field. It's a great one to have. Again, this is overall HP. I can't stress how strong this is. You could go for more rage if you want more shielding, if you want, you know, more shields every time, but as my build went, I went overall health 5 out of 5. And then on the right side, when your Legion launches a counterattack in the field, they have a 10% chance to reduce all damage by 1%. Or when you're in the battlefield, when this is the way I went, you increase your damage by 1% for every 10 seconds for a maximum of 3%. This does go off quite often with Madeline and Garwood, but if you're seeing like your match is dying a little bit too much, there's nothing wrong with going for lock of draw, right? So that is some great talent builds, guys, for infantry. I've got the marksman and I've got the mages covered. The cavalry, again, they've got pretty much the exact same. So if you're looking for cavalry trees, again, Bahkshi has the skill tree. So I would go down the exact same route as the mages. So just to show you, for the last bit of the remaining of the video before we hit it too long, we're going to go and do this really fast page, and it will go straight the same, where we go for as much rage generation as possible. For Bahkshi, purposely, I like going straight down the top just to reduce their health and get skill crit, and then I go straight for more damage. For cavalry side, we go to the left and we get the mobility, increase the physical attack so our skill damage does more. We go up and get more rage, and then I like the synergy where you gain more skill damage. So if we look on screen, this is the talent page, screenshot it, you know, do whatever you like. When we look at the skill trees, there you go, you're getting synergy, which is more skill damage, which you want. Here is the first bit. So you got your cavalry march speed, you got your attack, this is rage generation here, or you went down and got skill damage like me. And then on the right side again, attack, we got some skill damage, we have the high spirits with the rage generation, and again, like I said, the health and skill crit combo, and thirst of blood. So as you can see, there's a lot of overlap if you've got certain talents in these heroes, and that's the beauty of this game, right? As you can see, there's tank cavalry, so you could run Alistair if you really wanted to as a tank in that regards. Here is some magic PvP control. I'm going to go over, obviously, Valen a little bit later, but I hope you enjoyed it. You know, that is all the talent overall build you could basically run at the start of a season, and you can't go wrong. And that is with the archers, the mages, the cavalry, and the infantry units. And I hope you understand why you can go those routes, and I hope you understand from listening. You might have learned, you know, oh, I can try this out, and you're like, yeah, it's gonna work, okay? So I hope you enjoyed it. That is my current guide on talent builds, talent understanding, and talent pages as well with everyone in the game. So obviously, if you're looking for individual heroes, there's going to be a playlist on the end of this video. If you've stuck all the way to the end, that's amazing. But yeah, if you check out the end, there's going to be a little bit of a playlist side where you can check out all the hero breakdowns, where I do go over the full talent pages for all of the heroes themselves, because it is a long process and you can't do it in one video. But that is it. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I know it was a long one, but it was well worth it. I know you guys wanted this information. I saw it so much in game as well as Facebook. So I hope you enjoyed it. Hit the smash, well, I should say hit and smash, but you know, hit the like button, smash the subscribe button, and write a comment below on what you think on my guide so far. If you enjoyed it, if you didn't enjoy it, what I can do to improve. You know, I'm always looking for that feedback. And always, guys, enjoy the game, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.